Hey everyone, welcome back to bluebobz channel. I just wanted to do a little video because I am starting to get very upset over what reviewers and companies and how they are still ridiculing Stadia and still trying to basically kick it into the ground, stomp on it, and destroy it. They claim that Stadia is killing itself, but really they are trying to be the entity that kills it. And let me just give you an example. NVIDIA GeForce Now, Engadget, releases of a YouTube video and an article saying how GeForce Now has turned Stadia to whack. And the point she makes they just don't make any sense. They're still going back to the whole 4K streaming and how the games aren't actually performing at 4K, which is what they promised and advertised. But in the video that she shows, he actually states that Stadia will support up to 4K, which again, to your normal listener and just to a person who is very quickly glossing over, they see that as every game's going to be in 4K. And I agree. Even I had that impression. But when now they review and they go back and they say, hey, these games aren't in 4K, Stadia lied, they didn't lie. They just simply had marketing that wasn't necessarily the most clear cut that we're used to. And she literally says that due to the fact that GeForce Now's marketing is better and they cap it at 1080p because that is their limitation and they're very honest about it, that is how they're going to destroy Stadia and how they're a better entity and how Stadia is whack. And that just pisses me off because that just shows that the listener, it's on us as listeners. It's not Stadia's fault. Could they have done better and been honest about it? Yeah, but who's going to jump on the bandwagon when Stadia says you can play up to 4K, but it's up to the developers to develop the game in 4K. I mean, that to me is almost a no-brainer. If a game is not in 4K and it's not developed in 4K, then why would I expect to be able to play it in 4K, you know? And I think that there was a little bit of confusing Twitter message early on that they had said something about basically if a game is made in 30 FPS, then they do some sort of double render to make it 60 FPS. All that confusion aside, in their initial marketing campaign, the engineer had stated it is up to 4K. And the other thing that also just is so upsetting is the fact that they state miscommunication, or no, it's not even that. It's the fact that they state that Stadia's let down all their users. All Stadia users are pissed off with Stadia, and that's not true. Okay, the free version, the pro subscription is about to expire, and who's actually going to renew it? There's so many upset users. I went to the 9 to 5 Google because they had seen an article where they had posted a survey and basically asked 4 questions. Are you going to renew Stadia? Yes for the free games, yes for 4K, no for some reason, and no for another reason. But basically 2 yeses and 2 nos. 78% of the individuals said they will renew their subscription. Now 78%, that's not just a small majority, that's not like a 51% win. 78% is a fairly significant amount, all right? That's over 3/4 of the user base that says, yes, we're going to renew our pro subscription, whether it's for the 4K, for the free games. I wanted the option to continue to support Stadia. I do love the free games, and I do love the fact that 4K on the Chromecast Ultra is great, but I'm also looking forward to what it can be, so that would have been my true yes. And so that when they use articles that have misleading titles that really, they have more influence. I have 10 subscribers. Who's actually going to watch my video and be influenced? I'm an actual Stadia user. I play it every single day. My experience is incredible. Yes, I had an issue when I first got it and I was playing on the computer. I would have blurriness and fuzziness. Oh my goodness. All I had to do was go Google, how do I fix this? And within 30 seconds, I found an article that stated, go into your Chrome, advanced settings, deactivate the acceleration hardware. I did that. I closed down Chrome. I reopened it. I opened my Rage 2 game, and boom, it was flawless, and there was no issue. Okay, that's it. That's all it takes. And just, it's just so upsetting as an actual user of the product to feel like we are being misrepresented to the majority of individuals, to people who have no idea what Stadia is and don't care about it because of what they're hearing and what they're reading. So that is a very frustrating experience for me as a user. Another thing is, people were complaining about the lack of games. Okay, one of the reasons why Stadia is going to fail, their small library, their lack of games. But then as soon as they start to release, hey, we got more games coming out. All right, we have 4 games coming out that they announced, I believe, last week or earlier this week. And then they have another 4 games coming out that they announced. It's all part of a series, the Dig games. And yet, all I see are people that are very upset by the titles. It's like, are they expecting Call of Duty to be the next launch game? You guys ask for more games. Stadia announces more games, but you complain about the games. People just cannot seem to be happy with that aspect. They have poor communication. That's another critique of Stadia. So Stadia starts to communicate more, and I view the communication of the games as that. I view the communication of the rolling out to more phones as that. And what happens? Oh, there's no iPhone support. What's going on? Bro, they just released to a lot more devices, and just because they don't have iOS support or iPhone support, which really, I don't think anyone actually does yet. xCloud is just now launching their beta, where they're only going to allow 10,000 people in. So even if xCloud and Xbox, who has been around for, 20 years or so, and Stadia within 3 months, you're expecting them to be on the iPhone? I mean, come on, guys. Let's have good expectations. But still, we ask for more communication. We get it. We complain about it. And that is just so disappointing. I'm an iOS user. I'm excited to see that they released more phones, because that means we are one step closer to iOS support. All right? And that I am excited for that aspect. I'm not going to critique it. And let's be honest, people were getting around the limitation on some of the non-supported phones already. And so when they're like, oh, they finally get released, some people had been able to do it beforehand. And so therefore, I'm not upset at all. I'm excited. And that's news they communicated to us, and I'm excited about and not complaining about. People saying this is going to die. I have an article here I'm going to show you about a new phone. Asus announces their next-gen ROG phone will come with Stadia pre-installed. If Stadia is going to fail, then why would a company like this release a phone with Stadia pre-installed? Okay? Why would companies, gaming companies, developing companies, come out with new games with a Stadia logo on the bottom of it, saying that they're going to be coming to Stadia? All right? Why would game developers from Ubisoft that work on Assassin's Creed games come to Stadia to develop games? All right, why would they leave high-paying jobs for I'm assuming Google paid them a buttload of money. Why would they leave a very well-paying job for this job if they thought it was going to die within 6 months, within a year? Okay, that's not going to happen. All right, so this next-gen phone is just proof that companies, besides the reviewers, believe in Stadia and believe that it is going to be next generation. Cloud gaming is going to be the next best thing. So these are just a couple things that I'm just getting super frustrated about, all the misinformation that's happening, and us as the Stadia gamers and users that do enjoy the service and have zero issues, and whenever we have an issue, we quickly Google and fix it, that we are not being heard by the mass majority because we do not have a following. We are not a part of a big corporation that is somehow influenced by, maybe the PC community. I'm not expecting PC Gamer to ever release a positive review of Stadia. All right, they will find one issue, okay? Let's say at the beginning it was lag. Lag gets fixed. Oh, it's the game library. They start increasing the games. Lack of communication and customer support. Have you ever contacted their customer support? Oh my gosh. These kinds of things. Whereas I've only had good experiences with customer support because I'm a nice individual, all right? I'm not mean to them. So people will always find excuses, and so I'm hoping that this YouTube video will be able to get out there to circulate, to show people Stadia is great, okay? I have 60 megabits down, 10 megabits up, and I can stream my games, okay? If my Stadia requires 30 megabits to stream, all right, my 30 megabits of data, and even when my wife is watching a show on Netflix, I'm still able to stream. That is impressive, okay? I'm able to receive information to my computer. I am then able to capture it and resubmit back out into the cloud, not only with my clicks of my controller, but my actual visuals so that you can watch it on YouTube. And then I can invite people, we can join, we can play together, all while I'm streaming on my limited internet. That is incredible. So let's get the positive news out there. Let's get some positivity about Stadia from actual Stadia users, not people that pick it up every now and again and find something to complain about. So thanks everyone for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can keep getting informed of new videos that get posted. And whenever I go stream, feel free to hop in on some games and let's do Stadia.